Hey Buns, so patch 525 is here, and the main thing I was looking forward to in it was the first step of the new Relic weapon questline for Shadowbringers, Baja Citadel. So should you Baja with it at all? Yes. Yes, you should. If you're new to 14, you should know that every expansion has its own Relic weapon questline. It's intended to be a long, tedious grind that will reward your dedication with a cool, sparkly weapon. The quests are released in stages over the course of many, many patches, and as you progress through those stages, your weapon gets better and shinier. It's like a slow motion Super Saiyan for your weapon. The main goal being to catch people's eye so they'll see you and think, wow, that guy has a lot of free time. The new Relic quest starts in Kugane, and you need to be level 80, have finished the Shadowbringers storyline, and you also had to have done the Return to Ivalice raids from Stormblood. So if you never did those, I have a list of raids for you to do. To unlock those raids, you need to grab the quest Dramatis Personae in Kugane, and I strongly suggest that you do that now because the queue times for those raids will suck. I hope you got a lot of time on your hands because hope you have a Switch. But those queue times will be a little less bad than usual. They'll be bad, but maybe slightly less bad since people will be going to those raids for the Relic. But on the plus side, there's really nice glamour in there. So that might be a little carrot on the stick for you. But also, hey, there's Fran. Any Fran content is good content. Fran needs your help. With all that said, what do I think about 525? Well, I won't spoil the story for the 525 Relic quest, but I will talk about the length of the quest line. I will show some of the rewards and the new instance to area, and I will show the new extreme trial, which without context, there's just no way you're going to figure out what it's really about. I would not take it at face value. I know this is an incremental patch, so it's not supposed to have a lot in it, but I did expect more longer lasting content from the first Relic step. I expected more stamina, a real grind that'd keep me busy for a while, if you know what I mean. To be real though, I feel like I always do between major content patches, which is like an addict waiting for that slow drip of content to just hold me over until 5.3 gets here, which I think is coming in June. So after this video was recorded, Yoshida put out a press release stating that due to current events, patch 5.3, which was planned for mid-June, will be delayed, and they are at this time undecided as to whether it will be feasible to limit the delay to 2 or 3 weeks, or if it will be closer to a month. I am very glad to see Square Enix put the health and safety of the team first, because this man and his colleagues must be protected. I would encourage you to read the full version of this letter. I'll put the link in the description box below, because as you can see, I had to redact it because any mention of the thing will get me demonetized. And yes, the algorithm can read text. Okay, back to the video. And so if it's coming in June, based on how long March has been, that'll be in about 10,000 years. I'm going to put a link in the description box below where you can peruse this Imgur album that I saw posted on Reddit of all of the different new appearances for the brand new Relic weapons. I think they all look really good. And you know what? My favorite is the White Mage weapon. My favorite is the White Mage weapon. But it seems to not be a favorite of many. After the patch went live yesterday on the Final Fantasy 14 subreddit, it was like so many posts memeing on the White Mage Relic. We saw some people speculating on how it will evolve and grow literally over the course of the expansion. Okay, yeah, it's a stick. Yeah, so what? What's wrong with sticks? Right, Nora? They're hating on your favorite thing, Nora. I know. It's kind of this World of Warcraft druid aesthetic that I really, really love. But anytime I say that, I feel like I've got somebody around the corner to tell me,
wow, this is garbage. You actually like this?
The story is extremely good, and you can tell that a lot of work went into the cutscenes. I think it's the most engaging Relic story that we've had so far. I'm very intrigued. I can't wait to find out what's going to happen next. There are NPCs that I've wanted more lore about for a long time, and those NPCs are getting involved, so I'm super excited about the future of the storyline. The new area, Gongos, is beautiful. It has incredible music, which is sort of Raktika-esque. You'll have to go and hear it for yourself, but basically everything that we got from this Relic questline meets that very high standard of quality that I've come to expect from Shadowbringers. But, and you know, there's got to be a but on this channel especially, you get your weapon in like an hour. Okay, so like and for free. You do the relic quests and they just give you your weapon. Here you go. Subsequent weapons only cost 1,000 poetics to get as well. I mean, it's nothing. It's what, like, I don't know, like do your main story roulette for 2 days in a row. Maybe they missed a zero. Maybe it was supposed to be 10,000. I don't want to complain necessarily though about the lack of a grind. So I feel like I should choose my words very carefully here. I don't want to be that kid that reminds the teacher that they forgot to give us homework. Okay? Even though homework is all we have left right now, because I feel like the devs are going to see everyone crying and moaning and complaining about how we want the grind. We love the grind. Give us the grind. And they're going to be like, oh, really? Oh, really? You want a grind? Oh, I'll give you a grind. It's like when my mom used to say, oh, I'll give you something to cry about. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe pull it back a little bit. Because actually, if you read the patch notes, it does say under future resistance weapon quests, it says resistance weapons can be enhanced further by completing the story quests that will be added in future patches. Please note that enhancing these weapons may require players to invest a significant amount of time. So that's them promising you that grind is coming. It's coming. They're working on it now. If they haven't already finished it, they can still add to it. Okay. They can still put more on there if you really want it and cry for it. So I'm just saying, crying about how much you love and miss the grind while they're working on it. I don't know. Seems kind of not smart to me. That's my take on that. But what I will say is that I think it's actually really good that everyone can get all of the relic weapons fairly easily now and get invested in the relic progression system without a big barrier to entry. It's like what behavioral psychologists might call the IKEA effect, stuff that you put work into, you value more highly, you're more invested in. Wait, actually, this would kind of be the opposite of that, because you don't really have to put in a lot of work for the first relic step. That principle applies more, I guess, to future stages of the relic journey. But maybe people who get that first part will be more motivated to continue when it gets harder. They'll be like, oh, I already have the first step. I'm ready to continue. It won't be like, oh, that's a Nemos. That is the mistake that they were trying to correct. Because I remember when Anemos came out, and that was the first relic step that came out for Stormblood, the Stormblood relic, patch 4.25. So now we're doing 5.25. That was around March 2018. And it was horribly received by the community. Like, it was hated, reviled. Everyone said that it was just so grindy, long, and horrible and boring that I personally didn't touch it, the content at all, until it was nerfed several months later. Like, I think I got level 2 in Anemos, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be doing this. If you look here on Wayback Machine, if you put in general discussion, official Final Fantasy 14 forums from about the time that first relic step came out for Stormblood and Nemos, you can peruse this yourself and see just how much almost every single person hated the content. Someone said, boring as all hell. 1 hour of grinding got me 1 level and 3 crystals. When you need 5,050 of them to get the first level relic and weapon, then lol, nope. Get ready to party with 8 other people and just mindlessly spam your attacks for hours on it. The storyline seems interesting, but God, do I have no will to try and grind my way through it. I think this tier of relics will be skipped for me. Someone else called it endless grind and suffering. Yeah, that was a general consensus of the community at the time. And now we beg for suffering. What has Shadowbringers done to us? It damaged the reputation of Eureka so badly for the rest of the expansion. They've even tried to distance themselves comparing the new relic system to Eureka at all. Like Yoshida has said, this isn't Eureka. So they've been thinking to themselves in designing the new story, how can we get people to be wanting more out of this and not be intimidated by the first step? And now people are complaining about the opposite problem. The pendulum has certainly swung in the other direction. I think that the lack of a grind is more keenly felt though at this particular moment in time, with everyone having so much, maybe having more time at home to play because of the things happening. I can't actually say the C word. I can't say it because I'll get demonetized if I say it. So I have to, gesture at it. Hopefully it's not near me. Besides the quests, of course, we got another big piece of content from Baja, and that is the new Extreme Only trial. Now, the boss is basically like a glamour pinata. He drops tokens that you turn in to get your 480 item level dyeable artifact gear. For someone like me that's raiding a lot, I don't need this gear for its stats, so it's mostly for glamour for me. But it's pretty good for gearing up if you don't want to buy the expensive crafted gear. That's item level 480. This is eye level 480. So it's not bad at all. But I mean, let's face it, you're gonna end up buying the crafted gear anyway, because glam. The trial itself is not easy. So it's on par with any other extreme. So I had seen some people saying, well, why is this casual targeted gear, it's kind of like catch-up gear, locked behind hard content? If it's, but first of all, I would say actually casual gear is tombstone gear, because you can very casually acquire tombstones and buy what you need, and it's better. Tombstone gear is obviously better. Second, yeah, you do have the option of crafted gear. And third, like, being a casual doesn't mean that you are like mentally deficient. Like, it just means that you don't know life the game. It means you have less time to play. But I don't think it takes a colossal time investment to learn this fight. Like, just spend a few hours learning the fight, have a little patience and a little persistence, and you'll get it. Like, you will. Just don't join a party finder that says like 1 fail equals kick. You might find that it's actually very simple to learn. I just don't want people to be like, oh, well, this is a extreme trial. I've never done an extreme trial. It's beyond me. Like, don't think like that. You can totally do it. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Season 15 of the Feast has begun. For those of you that are into PvP, new housing items were added that, did you know you can preview them yourself inside your house? I just found this out the other day. I think this feature has been in the game for a while, but you can go to housing, preview indoor furnishings. There you go. And of course, there's the new Sky Steel tools. Now that is relics for crafters and gatherers. Those were added. They are eye level 475, so they're better than the eye level 470 white script tools, but they're worse than the fully melded eye level 460 HQ facet tools. Whew, that's a mouthful. So they're great starter tools for crafters and gatherers at level 80. And the crafter relics are not too much work to get. You just take the base version, craft some stuff with them, and bam, you got an upgrade with 2Ds on the end for a double dose of crafting. For gatherers, though, you're in for it, because you have to you need to gather like 800 HQ items in total. Yeah, you got some work ahead of you. I'll put a link in the description that'll show everything that you need, because I think it's even more than that. Unless you're a fisher, then it's less HQ items. So if you're really sad that you didn't get a grind from Baja, well, there it is. Go get to work. Start digging. Dig up 800 fossils and amber. Animal Crossing has trained you for this, I'm sure. I wish I had more to report than that, but that's kind of it. I mean, this is an incremental patch. It is, like I said, it's a slow drip. It's supposed to just get us through a little while longer. But just let me know what you think about the patch so far. I would love to hear from you in the comment section down below. If you like this video, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free by clicking the subscribe button or by sharing this video with your fellow Warriors of Darkness. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.